The number of active consumers in a Kafka consumer group cannot exceed the number of partitions in the topic being consumed. This limitation stems from Kafka's partitioning and consumer group mechanism. Here's why. Sharma. 1. Partition to consumer mapping. Partition as a unit of parallelism. In Kafka, each partition is the smallest unit of data storage and parallelism. Messages within a partition are consumed sequentially by a single consumer. Single consumer per partition in a group. Kafka assigns each partition to exactly one consumer within a consumer group. This ensures that no two consumers in the same group process the same messages from a partition. If there are more consumers than partitions, the extra consumers cannot be assigned a partition, rendering them idle. 2. Ensuring message order. Messages within a partition are consumed in the order they are written. Assigning a single partition to multiple consumers would break this order, as multiple consumers could process messages from the same partition concurrently. By limiting each partition to one consumer in a group, Kafka preserves the order of messages. 3. Partition assignment rules. Kafka uses a partition assignment strategy to evenly distribute partitions among the consumers in a group. If the number of consumers equals the number of partitions, each consumer gets one partition. If there are fewer consumers than partitions, some consumers handle multiple partitions. If there are more consumers than partitions, the extra consumers remain idle since there are no partitions left to assign. 4. Optimal utilization. Adding more consumers than the number of partitions in a topic is inefficient. Idle consumers would add unnecessary resource overhead without contributing to data processing. Kafka is designed to scale parallelism by increasing partitions, not by increasing idle consumers. 5. Scaling beyond the partition limit. If your application requires more parallelism, you must increase the number of partitions in the topic. Kafka does not allow consumers in a group to exceed partitions because the partition count determines the maximum concurrency for that topic. Summary. In a Kafka consumer group, number of active consumers, number of partitions. Each consumer in the group is assigned one or more partitions, ensuring no duplication or message order disruption. To achieve higher concurrency, you need to increase the number of partitions in the topic, aligning with Kafka's design for scalability and efficiency.